I'm Beck and welcome to a What I'm Reading Right Now video. I do these videos weekly, so please like and subscribe if you enjoy, but what am I reading at the moment? So I have finally decided to pull my finger out and start my reread of Oathbringer, and I am 496 pages into it, and I'm obviously loving my reread, but I wanted to note the amount of pages that I have now and compare them in my next clip to how many pages I've read during the rest of the week. So I'm going to try and keep myself accountable. I've mentioned it before, but I'm doing videos for each book with all of my quotes and favorite moments, so I'll link those below if you are keen on checking them out if you're a Stormlight fan. But what else am I reading, you might ask? I wasn't really sure. Because I had Oathbringer covered on audio, even though I've obviously got the physical book here, I'm listening to the audiobook. So that kind of rules out some of the other audiobooks that I wanted to read. So I was hoping to read The House Witch, which is a cozy fantasy, and I've been looking forward to it all year. I need to read it during the spooky October season, otherwise I won't feel fulfilled. So I need to finish Oathbringer so I can read that cozy fantasy series, but I also wanted to read something physically. So I picked up a volume of manga because I knew that I could finish this pretty fast. And this is Frieren Beyond Journey's End, and it follows, Frieren, our elf, our main character, and she went on a quest with a ragtag group and they slayed a demon king, and because it's Beyond Journey's End, we're encountering them after they've done all this on their quest and they're returning to the king's citadel to report the news and have a festival. And now that their quest has ended, it was a 10-year quest and it's finally done, they kind of all go their separate ways. But upon realizing that, Frieren, our elf, has dilly-dallied a while, it's been a long time, it's been almost 50 years, and she comes back to the citadel to re-experience this meteor shower with everyone, and all of them are pretty much human, so they have aged in this time. And after that she attends the funeral of one of her old party members, and then beyond that she's like, I wish I knew this person more. She realizes she's been indifferent to the passing of time. Because she's an elf, she's got all the time in the world. She hasn't recognized how little time humans have. So it's about her going on like almost a final quest in this series. And I did read this volume, but it wasn't like enough. It wasn't a 4 stars, I don't think. I wanted to give it a 4 stars, but I gave it a 3. But I wanted the story to hit hard. So instead of reading the rest of these, I picked up the anime instead. I'm watching that with Dave, and we're 10 episodes in and it's been like a day and a half. So you could say that we're really enjoying it. And I think because the anime lets you understand more of the timing and the nuance of the conversations, whereas in the manga, because it's literally flat and it doesn't have color, it wasn't hitting as hard for me. And I really like that the anime has brought this to life. So I didn't love this, I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. But I'm really happy that I'm enjoying the anime. But that doesn't answer my question of what book should I be physically reading. So I finally picked up Tempest of Tea, and this is about a tea shop in a fantasy city, and at nighttime it becomes a den for vampires. And I've read the first 3 or 5% of this book, and I don't know how I feel about it yet. Mostly because I've been in a bit of a reading slumpy mood, and when you start a book in that kind of space, you don't really feel like paying attention to it. So I don't know if it's my brain or if it's the book that I'm not finding engaging. It was a little bit convoluted at the beginning because you're being introduced to a bunch of different characters and contexts, but I tend to like books that just throw you in. So I'm hoping that the more I read of it, the more I'll enjoy it, or it will be the more I read of it, the more I find I'm less interested in it. So I hope I end up enjoying it, but I'm sure I'll report back and I'll let you know what I think. But that is what I've got on my plate right now. Hopefully I can finish my audiobook of Oathbringer before any library hold distracts me. So I will update you in my next clip. Hello again, it is the end of the week, and I would like to report that my reading slump is hitting me full force. Also, I've been busy almost every day this week, so that means that more social plans than reading plans have happened, but I do have some success. So I'm going to start with the not success first, and that is A Tempest of Tea. And I haven't read any further than when I initially talked about it, so I can't report whether I actually like it. I think my reading slump is really impacting me, and I just haven't been motivated to pick up my Kindle or a physical book at all. So that has been sidelined for a little bit. I'm hoping to go back to it if I have time over the next few days, because I don't like things lingering over my head on my to-be read pile. So I'll see if I like that. I'll continue it and see what happens. And then my success. So as for my audiobook, I'm still reading Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson, and I'm now this far in, which is 700 pages. So during this week, I've read the equivalent of 200 pages into Oathbringer, which doesn't sound like a lot, looking at how big this is, but it still feels like a lot. A lot has happened in the book and I'm enjoying it, and I'm feeling so emotionally connected and concerned for my characters, as you would expect. So I'm really enjoying myself. It will be a 5-star book because it's my reread, but at the same time, if I'm not super motivated to pick up an audiobook that I'm loving, of course it's going to hit hard in terms of what I physically pick up. So I'm struggling a little bit. I also picked up an audiobook from my library. It's a 3-hour audiobook called Convenience Store Woman, and this is a nonfiction. I believe it's about a woman who works in a konbini, so a convenience store in Japan, and I think people are expecting her to move on from that and do like greater things in her life and her job, but she's like, but I'm satisfied, like I'm content, what's the problem? So I'm looking forward to seeing what situational life lesson that can offer. I don't read translated fiction very often, so I'm keen to give it a try. Given that I'm on a bit of a non-fiction kick this year, I don't usually pick up that category or genre at all, and I've picked up a few titles this year. So since it's also short, I'm hoping that I have it finished ASAP, because I'm reading Oathbringer, I feel like I'm not reading a lot in terms of different books. I'm just reading a lot of effort in one book. So my total read for October is probably going to be significantly lower than September, which frustrates me on like a numbers level, but then I look at how big Oathbringer is and I'm like, it makes sense, it checks out. So that is what I'm reading and aiming to read at the moment. I don't know if it's going to stay the same over the next few days. So in my next update, I might have turfed a bunch of things, who knows? But I've got 7 hours left of Oathbringer. Ultimately, that is my goal. Like, that's my ride or die. I need to finish that ASAP because we've got 50 days until Wind and Truth comes out in December. So I need to finish Oathbringer and Rhythm of War before that happens. So that is lit a fire behind me basically, and I need to get through these books. So that is it for my update this week. Thank you so much for watching this video. Come chat to me down below in the comments. Again, like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.